Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network.
We're hanging out with our colleagues from Global BC today. We're at the Parksville Community Park. On today's show, supportive gardening in Nanaimo, that light in the sky isn't what you think, and making cheese on Gabriola Island. That and more in the next 30 minutes.
How is that for a welcome to a beautiful spot on the central eastern shores of Vancouver Island? The community today buzzing about the discovery of some buried treasure. Where they found it?
No, don't worry about a thing. You are on the correct channel. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4, but our sister station, Global BC, has been producing their newscasts, their news hour, from various small communities right here on Vancouver Island earlier this week and through till the end of the week. We're going to talk to Chris Galis later on this edition of Go Island, as well as news hour producer Marcia Gabriel, and we'll have a chat with Christy Gordon as well. That's coming up later today on Go Island, not Global. But anyways, you're in the right place at the right time. We're going to throw things over now to Annette Lucas. There are supportive housing residents in Nanaimo that are getting more than just fresh veggies and fruit from their gardens. Here's Annette. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. You might recognize this face. You should recognize this face. This is Chris Galis. He's the anchor of the News Hour on Global, has been for about the past 3.5 years, taking over for Tony Parsons. You're used to working in the studio.
Yes.
You've been on the island all week in the smaller communities. Why take it on the road?
You know, it's really important for us to get out and meet our viewers and get a sense of what matters in each community that we visit. In May, we went out around the interior of BC from Prince George down to Nelson and ended the roadshow in Victoria. And that was great to get out and just listen to locals and speak to locals about what matters to them, and just to shake hands and you know, show people that we are very interested in their communities, and that and to learn a little bit more about each community we visit. And this time we focused on the island because there are a lot of people on the island that watch our program, and to get out and see some parts of the island that we hadn't been. None of us had been up to Port Hardy before, which was wonderful, and we're kind of working our way down. And to be in Parksville now in a beautiful setting like this, it's just magical to be able to see it all.
And you had the opportunity to build sandcastles earlier today with a bit of professional help.
Yeah, that's right. You know, because this is such a part of the culture here in Parksville.
We don't usually do it in the blowing wind, though. We usually have sunshine in summertime.
It would have been better timing, I'm sure, because it was a little chilly out here, and the wind is blowing. But we had some great help from some master sculptors, and it was a lot of fun. We try to find something fun that captures a little bit of the local flavor to run right at the end of the program, and we thought this was a great example of what we could do that. And we just hauled some people over to judge our sculptures, and it turns out Christy is a very good sculptor. Her penguin looks great. And
penguins are appropriate because it is a little chilly out here today. What kind of issues or what kind of concerns are you hearing from people about what is unique to them on the island as compared to the mainland?
Well, being up island, for sure, there was a lot of concern about tanker traffic and the future of the Enbridge Northern Gateway pipeline. We're looking forward to getting out into the community here in Parksville, but there's one local story that we really think is interesting, and that's the discovery of floor safes in the old buildings that are being torn down here. And it's kind of an interesting little example of the local flavor that we try to capture in each community. But as they're tearing down a couple of the old gas stations up there, they found some safes that were in the floor, and I'm not entirely sure what's in them. It's a bit of a local mystery, but we'll check into that. We're heading up there to shoot some of that now and add that to our coverage. And then we continue on to Duncan and then out to Tofino and talk about some of the issues out there too, because on the West Coast, obviously the tsunami debris and some of the other things out there are big issues for them. And the ecology and environment it's always a running theme on Vancouver Island as well. So we're really looking forward to exploring some of those issues.
Thank you. Glad you're here.
Thanks, Kate.
We'll be back with more on Go Island from the Global News Hour here at the Parksville Community Park after a very short break. Still to come today on Go Island, identifying the unidentified in the Nanaimo skies, preserving our national breed, and making mozzarella. That and more still to come today on Go. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4, unless of course you're not, because maybe you're watching Global News Hour tonight. This is their set that they're setting up here on location at the Parksville Community Park. They've spent some time this week in Port Hardy, Parksville. They're going to head to Duncan and end up in Tofino, taking the News Hour on the road. We'll be visiting later with one of the producers of the Global News Hour and have a little conversation with Christy Gordon as well. But first, before we do any of that, we're going to reintroduce you to a man named Neil Parman. And if you ever think that you've seen a UFO high up in the sky, you're probably wrong, and he might be behind it. Neil was a really fun guy to spend some time with, and I love the fact that you can never quite know now if you're seeing an unidentified flying object or a kite. Could be either or. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. This is Marcia Gabriel. She is the producer of the Global News Hour, has been for much longer than you'd think she'd be old enough to be doing. Why bring the show on the road?
It's a great opportunity to meet all our fans. The News Hour in Global BC is the #1 broadcast in the province, and we have such great fans, and it brings such a different energy to the show to get out and meet everyone that it's just a thrill to visit community by community.
Now, I imagine there's lots of challenges, basically bringing a newsroom studio out onto location, never mind the wind today being one of them. But what is it that you have to plan ahead for and what you're not able to plan for but have to overcome?
Disaster pretty much every night. It happens. If the audience only knew how close it was to disaster every single night between technical hiccups and guests maybe not showing up, but it's always an adventure, and that's why I think people who work in this industry love it so much. There's adrenaline's always pumping. Mm-hmm.
And that is what keeps us going most of the time, pure adrenaline. How do you pick the communities that you're going to go to? I know that you're in Tofino, Port Hardy. You are picking the smaller centers on the island. Why?
We like to visit places where we haven't been. We always like to change up our roadshow. It's important to go and visit communities that don't necessarily get as high profile or as much visits as other areas. But definitely each roadshow we like to change it up and visit somewhere new and get in touch with the people who watch Global BC and make it #1.
Excellent. Marcia, good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
And for the rest of the week, and there's going to be no disasters whatsoever.
No disasters. Always smiles. It's a good time. Great crew.
Absolutely. I'll vouch for that. And the wind is definitely blowing. We've got a great crew behind our camera today as well, Mr. Todd Jones. All right, Todd, we're going to throw things over now to Rayanne LaPlante. A local horse breeder has made it his life mission to ensure that the Canadian horse breed remains intact. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV Channel 4. There's a great event coming up this weekend at the Qualicum Beach Museum. It's their annual Children's Day. It runs Saturday, September the 28th from 12 until 4. 20 different stations for various activities, lots of hands-on fun and learning. Great folks out there at the Qualicum Beach Museum. You can get more details if you need them at qbmuseum.net. We're going to throw things over now to Arbutus RV's Big Summer. We're going to show you, Kelly Robinson's going to show you how to make some cheese. Even though that was a big summer segment, you can use everything that you saw there because Christmas, believe it or not, is just around the corner, and Christmas and cheese go really well together. We're hanging out with the Global News crew today here at the Parksville Community Park. This is Christy Gordon. She's a meteorologist with Global, and you've met a really interesting young girl here in Parksville.
That's right. So Adelaide Waldy, she is our junior meteorologist for Parksville here. So she won the contest for Parksville. We've been doing them all around the island. So in each town there was a winner. Adelaide sent in a great video. She was jumping on the trampoline, talking about weather and the sunshine and things. So she'll be on the newscast with me tonight live. So I'm sure she's probably a little nervous today. And she'll be doing the weather with me, which will be really fun.
And you've been doing this in communities up and down the island since Monday, and they say never work with children and animals. What?
You know what? No kidding. So when everyone said to me, because we did this the last time we were on the road as well, when everyone told me what we thought we should do for the contest, I thought, Are you sure about this? Because we all know, kids can be so much fun. They have some great things to say, but as soon as you get a camera on them, they clam up. And especially when there's lights around and as many people watching as there will be tonight, it sounds like. So my job really is to sort of try and make her feel as comfortable as possible, let her have a lot of fun, and ask her some questions and hopefully get some answers.
Excellent. What was it about her that sort of stood out from some of the other kids that entered the contest?
Well,
I'm sure everybody was fabulous, though. I mean, and everybody was great.
We had some incredible applications actually from Parksville, so thank you to everyone who applied. But Adelaide just had a lot of fun. She had good energy, and she was jumping on the trampoline and really talking a lot about weather. And since we're doing a weather segment, we decided to go with her.
How long is this wind going to stick around then?
Oh, I know. So mostly just for today. Tomorrow we are actually expecting a lot more sunshine as well, but a little bit less wind. So I think 2 nice days compared to all the rain that we've had in the last little while. Pretty nice though.
Yeah, I'm still feeling pretty fortunate for the fabulous summer that we had.
Yes, I know. Everyone's still remembering. It's hard to actually sort of adjust to this fall weather, isn't it?
Thanks, Christy. Good luck tonight here in Parksville. You can catch Global News Hour on the island right through until the end of this week. That brings us to the end of this edition of Go Island. Thank you so much for watching, and it's been a pleasure spending some time with our colleagues of our sister station, Global News 11 in Vancouver. We'll see you next time. My hair gets out of the way. I might be able to see you.
Go Island is brought to you by German Auto Import Network. Clothing supplied by Catwalk Fashions. Kate's Hair and Aesthetics provided by Maffeo Salon.